received Chacona's memo. I think the head of the Thessalians approached you when I was still in negotiations with her emissaries. Was it meant to be a diversion all along? They invited you and you alone. As a Montelli, I'm in no position to intervene. That being said, if the Thessalians try anything against you, I'll get you out. Even if it means storming through their front gates. In the meantime, I'll keep looking for more information than the person Cartathea mentioned to you. I'll call you as soon as I find anything.
Got it.
Now, if you'll please, just... One moment, please.
That won't be necessary. To keep our honored guest waiting would be, especially when it was I who extended the invitation. Cantarella Thessalia, 36th matriarch of the Thessalia family. I'm pleased to make your acquaintance. Honorable Laureate, the new crown of the Carnival. Very well. If you insist, I see no reason to refuse. You may also call me Cantarella. Now, shall we proceed to my study? Won't you have a seat? I hope you'll accept this tea as my way of apologizing for the incident with Gilberto. Members of the family may have troubled you, but there is no stain that can't be washed away. You still hold a grudge. Won't you accept my apology?
This tea. Is it from Jinzhou?
I invited you here to ask...
Before we get into that, there's something I want to know.
I imagine it concerns the Visalia family's true beliefs. It would seem Gilberto's mind is... But let's not dwell on that. What is your opinion on the current state of Raguna? So you've noticed something is amiss? As expected, from someone who's felt the weight of a Threnodian invasion. And what exactly do you find most unsettling?
Why haven't the Thenodian and the Sentinel ever shown themselves?
Because the Threnodians' invasion of Raguna has long since concluded. The Threnodian, so named Leviathan, possesses the power to merge and assimilate. It uses distorted beliefs to spread a spiritual plague that, though the previous two attempts were thwarted, the tall mast of the galleon that is Raguna has all. Now the blissfully ignorant masses walk hand in hand. Friend or foe? As a newcomer. Yes. And no. On the other, there's our family. The Threnodian doesn't take kindly to those who know the truth. We've always been under its whisper. Once the soul fractures, the mind... Now that we've come this far, there's nothing for me to hide. My only hope is that once you learn everything... Come. The truth you seek lies in the deepest part of the castle.
It's thick with dust. Hard to believe they're truly worshipping it. The aroma from these plants. It's the...
This is it. Are you prepared?
Yes.
Now that we're here, I'm afraid I can't let you leave. Even if you want to. Just as I expected, the Threnodian took notice of you the moment you learned the truth. What you see in the sanctuary is the Sentinel in their true form. A majestic steed that galloped with the wind. The Order worships a half-horse, half-sea creature divinity, a form the Sentinel assumed only after being corrupted by the Threnodian. Although the Sentinel's will has yet to fade, who knows how much longer they can endure. I wish to ask you to persuade the Sentinel of Jinzhou, Jue, to come to Renacita, to save Imperator. Both Jinzhou and Jue owe you their future. That makes you the only person capable of this task. I understand the position you are in. Word has it that you're currently staying at a hotel and are at odds with the Order. Perhaps a stay at my estate would suit you for the remainder of your time in Renacita. I can offer you a glimpse into Renacita's past.
There might still be a path forward. Carlotta once helped me interpret some stained glass images. The story it told was very similar to what you've described. Only more biased towards the Order. It mentioned a maid. Do you think that's all?
Care to elaborate? The part regarding the maiden isn't entirely fiction. The Sentinel does indeed appoint a maiden to be their resonator, though not in the way the Carnival would have you believe. No. It's through resonance with a very particular artifact. That's because Imperator wields the power to split and manipulate. With it, they can withdraw a portion of power. That power's frequency will match the Imperator's. This is how the Sword of Divinity, Turvin, came to be. A blade sealed. To resonate with the sword is to resonate with the Sentinel.
Then, what about Cardothea?
The martyred maiden. The nature of her perhaps she resonated with the Threnodian, or perhaps with the but choosing her could not have been the Sentinel's will. The maiden was already dead. In the past, each year the Phasalia family would hold the divine trials to select those with the strongest will. These young women would, though none succeeded, some saw. I was one of them. There was a moment where I glimpsed the Sentinel's corrupted. I also learned that only Turvin can break the barrier of that Sonoros. When I awoke from that vision, I discovered a line of words inscribed. I would never mistake my own handwriting. That is precisely. The words were, "The maiden is dead."
An inverted ruin suspended in the sky. If Turvin is the key to entering the Sonorosphere, it stands to reason that Imperator may have played a role in the sphere's creation. If I can confirm that Turvin was truly left by Imperator, at least it would prove that not. Cantarella said she was overclocking when she tried resonating with Turvin. That's exactly what happened with Jinchi. Could Imperator be trying to restore their power through a second awakening? If that's the case, my permission should cause a reaction. That's one way to confirm what they're saying.
I suppose all that's left is its symbolic value. However, do handle it with care. It is a family heirloom. Rover, who are you really? The Sentinel's arbiter?
Well, I have some information and theories of my own. Care to hear them?
Please. I would never have imagined someone already considered a martyr could still be a... What surprises me even more is that we Thessalians revere Imperator as our one true divinity. And yet, would it be more fitting to address you as Master? Then, are you willing to help rescue our Sentinel and pull Renacita back from the brink of chaos?
The only question now is how we reach Cardathia.
We can discuss it on the...
So you're the one that Cardathia sensed wandering outside...
A question that you already know the answer to, although being described as a jellyfish. There is a cable car in the lower levels of the Thessalia estate that leads directly to the...
To which stage will life guide us next?
The mechanism beside that wall can activate the lift.
Are all these mechanisms really necessary?
Convenience isn't the only reason for having them. Some were specifically built in case an outsider decided to visit.
Why do the Thessalias have a cable car that leads directly to the Sonorosphere?
Before it became a Sonorosphere, it was a seminary known as the Avenolium. The martyred maiden once pursued her studies there. A superficial harmony needed to be maintained between the Thessalias and the Order, and this underground cable car was intended to send scions of the family to school. The elevator is merely a later addition I had built for easy access. You seem perturbed. Are you still gathering your thoughts?
Everything that's happened has all lined up so perfectly. It makes me think it's too good to be true.
I'd like to share a different perspective. Rivers eventually converge into the same ocean. If a goal is mutual, then it's only a matter of time before they meet. Our choices and our will have led us to this situation, not the wishes of fate.
You are quite different from what the rumors say.
Oh. And what rumors have you heard?
That you're a recluse, a mystic, obsessed with the crafting of poison. Oh, and that you poisoned your predecessor? Those kinds of rumors.
A recluse? On the contrary, I've been searching for a solution to the Sentinel's plight, and rarely return to Renacita. After most of my leads fell short, a friend at Mingting in Huanglong introduced me to the stories they were telling of you.
A friend?
All the affairs of Huanglong's states eventually land in one person's hands. Would you care to take a guess at the identity of this friend of mine?
Why not put the other rumors to rest?
Because the rest of them are all true. I see it'll take more than that to rattle you, huh? I assure you, this is no jest. We Thessalians have lived under the Threnodians' whispers for generations. Once the soul fractures, the mind will follow, until only a puppet remains. When the soul of the ruling head falters, Thessalia tradition dictates that the successor usher them into eternal slumber, with a poison of their own making. My succession ritual? Well, an unforeseen incident gave rise to whispers that sparked those rumors.
How long has this been going on?
For centuries. Every generation. Outside, they call me the Bane, but historically every head of the Thessalia family has carried such a title. It just so happens that I am the most potent one yet. We've reached the old seminary's undercrypt. The gateway into the sonorosphere itself lies at its center. We shall continue on foot from here. Call from the abyss. Strange. This area was clear of tacit discords on my last visit, and there's no tacit field nearby. Could they have come from the sonorosphere itself?
Didn't think there would be Gulpuffs here.
Interesting. I've never seen such little creatures before. Would you mind staying if you want?
I'd better not ask what she plans to do with them.
Feel the tide pull. The road ahead will not be an easy one.
What exactly happened here?
The second dark tide. It occurred right here at the Avenolium, the largest seminary ever built by the Order. It arrived on the very day the Blessed Maiden passed her trial and was crowned by the Order. A day when the leaf burned brighter than ever. And when the darkness came, none escaped. These days, what most people remember is the seminary disappearing into the sky. But in truth, the dark tide that should have spread across Rinascita vanished along with it. Yet due to a lack of records, the second dark tide slowly faded from memory. I was there when it all happened, still an ordinary member of the family, watching it unfold from a boat just outside the seminary. It wasn't until later, when I attempted to resonate with Turvin, that I gained a partial glimpse of the sonorosphere's interior.
It sounds like someone inside the seminary did something to stop the spread.
Precisely. It could very well have been Cartathia's doing, but, as with the first time, there's also the chance it was the Sentinel who The gateway into the Sonorosphere is just on the other side of this bridge. This is the furthest I've ever managed to venture. Judging from the bits of information the Sentinel gave me, Tavin is the key to entering the Sonorosphere. And who can wield the Sword of Divinity but a Blessed Maiden?
But you said you left yourself a message saying...
Laureate, you have come. Greetings. I'm Cartathea, and you are?
Cantarella Phasalia.
Oh, a Phasalia. It seems your ties with the Order are more complicated than they appear.
I had the privilege of watching the Blessed Maiden's performance at the Carnival once. I'm rather surprised. After all this time, you still look exactly as you did that day. But you and I should be around the same age.
I'm also unsure of what's happened to me. I've been searching for answers. This must be the Sword of Divinity. Tavin.
You shouldn't have knowledge of this sword.
Memories flowed into my mind just as you entered the Sonorosphere.
Cantarella said that only those who resonate with Turvin are granted glimpses.
Would you mind if I tried touching it? The question of whose resonator I am is now perfectly clear. If I am not the Sentinel's resonator...
Don't jump to conclusions just yet. That doesn't prove you're the Thenodian's resonator, nor that you aid its cause.
Huh? This connection formed between the Sentinel and the Thenodian, the second Dark Tide.
Right now, you're the sole survivor of whatever happened that day.
As you spoke, I remembered a few more things. The Sword of Discord, Hognis, and the Sword of Virtue, Haltia. Yes. Did you see them too? Placing the three swords on their respective pedestals should break the seal over the main tower. But why would this information be revealed?
If we do nothing, instead of speculating, we should use the clues we've...
Lady Maiden.
Please. Cartathea would suffice. I am.
I've waited for this moment. This chance to save the Sentinel. I will not turn back, even if this does turn out to be a trap. If the thought of the final answer troubles you, then I suggest you step aside. Rover and I will take care of this matter.
Since you are willing to overlook the possibilities of a trap, then there's no reason for me to worry and turn away. I underestimated your resolve. I'm sorry. Simply place Turvin on the pedestal behind me.
What you said to Cardathea back there.
Rather effective on someone of her personality. Wouldn't you agree?
Are you all right? The gravity that occupies this space is the opposite of... I believe it's to prevent them from falling to the ground. Tacit discords, the dark tide.
I imagine it's also a symbolic reminder. This view matches with what I saw at the time.
Until you get used to the gravity here, I suggest we travel via phone. It's the name I gave to a gondola.
This gondola...
Oh dear, I completely forgot about this.
Me? Now's not the time to be so careless after that promise. You should focus on learning more about this place from her.
You look distracted. Still thinking about what Cantarella said about fearing answers.
My powers are very weak, and many tacit discords roam the source. Thus, I've been limited in the areas I can explore. All I can do is sit here, lost in thought, trying to figure out who I am. We'll be arriving at the first water rise soon. A few details, if you don't mind.
Feeling nervous?
Of course. The last time I tried to pass it like this... Where were my manners? I can assure you that won't happen again. As for the rest of the way, I see it clearly now. Vines, over there.
I can feel strong remnant.
The Order's remnant spark must be inside the statue. Legends speak of how the first Primus used it to purify the first Dark Tide. I see now. The lingering remnant to release it will need to clear away the remaining once we have the remnant spark.
If the Thenodian created the Dark Tide...
Abby is still unwell. More Dark Tide remnants. Don't worry. This much... The vines are remnants of the Dark Tide. Foam won't be able to cross through them. Let's disembark here and find a way to clear... This calibrator seems to be operational. One moment. That should do it. It's turning. Rotate the gravity calibrator to change the direction of the gravity's pull. If we use this, we should be able to reach areas we previously couldn't.
Disperse. Hopefully this helps. Bad timing. Hopefully this helps.
Hurry. We need to purify the other statues before the Dark Tide's corruption returns. Sounds like Thome's getting impatient. Let's head back.
Did you feel any discomfort while we were clearing out the remnants?
Nothing out of the ordinary. I felt fine. I suppose this alone is not enough to determine whose resonator I am.
You've helped a lot. Don't worry. Another water rise is coming up. You planning to hold on to something?
Why didn't you tell me sooner?
By the way, you said the inverted gravity is to stop the dark tide from descending into the city. But all we've seen so far are just its remnants.
And that's because this very waterway we're sailing on used to be the dark tide itself. In these waters, obstacles ahead. Let's get off here. There it is, up there. But judging by the distance, we'd be hard-pressed to make it back in time.
Can you use your ability from somewhere in between to clear them all at once?
I might not have that range. But there may be tacitite devices nearby that can help amplify my forte. Let's see if we can find one. That's it. A tacitite device.
Leave it to me. Hopefully this helps. No hesitation. I sense your weakness.
This should do the trick.
The hour is upon us. Strike from the shadows. Hopefully this helps. I sense your weakness. Hopefully this helps. Strike from the shadows. You okay?
Just catching my breath. You go get the remnant spark. ahead is the Tower of Salvation. That's where the first pedestal is located.
Tower of Salvation?
Yes, a name taken from the Order's Codex.
Remnants of the past.
I'd rather know I'm a villain than remain a wanderer, lost in a world without understanding. To live with no memory of the past. Would it be so different from choosing to end it all? I must find the answer. Only then will I know how to face the memories I still carry. As for you, if I really am...
I can take care of myself. If it comes to that, I'll still remember the girl who cared enough to worry about me.
I should go back for Cantarella.
Of course.
I hope you won't mind the extra
I saw signs of battle along the way. Is anyone injured? You're not hiding anything from me?
Your smile is...
Oh, I am...
Wind, guide me. Hopefully this helps.
There's no knowing what will happen once Turvin is placed on the pedestal. It's best we prepare ourselves.
No longer shall you bear these thorns as a reminder. Forged from Fleur-de-Lis, child of divinity, the Immaculate.
I will.
Salvation. Unity.
I choose salvation. I wish to be the Master's blade, striking evil, upholding virtue.
In the name of divinity, I bestow upon you this crown. Through this sacred rite, you become the bridge from this day forward. You shall be the Rise, blessed maiden Fleur-de-Lis. None but the Master shall ever have the right to command you to bend the knee.
I told ya to stop sticking, Ran. Do you have any idea how messed up and humongous? I should ask you that. What did you do? I was dozing when bam! Out of nowhere, it almost squished me.
I'm guessing putting Turvin on the pedestal?
Oh, hey! It smells just as unnatural.
The Sentinel of Jinjo. If what our little echo friend says is true, then the frequency that entered your tacit mind...
Huh? But the Sentinel isn't even here.
The power to split and manipulate space.
It is reminiscent of the moment of Turvin's creation. Only this...
Why would he do that?
I believe it was meant for the true maiden, under the right circumstances. The one to wield this sword and enter the sonorosphere would be the Sentinel's resonator. And the Sentinel entrusted their power to the resonator so that she could lend assistance when the corruption of...
You don't seem too thrilled about...
If Imperator set this in motion, then there, Cardathea. That means your guidance holds the...
But...
I believe in you. Is there anything else you remember?
I just remembered the day I was crowned by the Order. Huh?
But I didn't see the dark tide.
That is all...
Is that what...
You witnessed it as well?
No. They seemed to belong to other places within the... I believe this is where we should rest. You're the one who... After all, it's still only a possibility that the frequency... Now, what could you possibly want with me at a time like this?
Is it true that the Phasalia family was one...
The leader of... That was a long time ago.
Is this why you had no choice?
No. The reasons for the Phasalia family...
What do you mean?
Long ago, Turvin was actually given to the Phasalia family, but when the conflict had settled, he told the Phasalias that when he traveled through the first dark, the heavenly voices he heard, as I told you before, Leviathan is the Sentinel realized the Threnodians' plots, and thus the first dark to save Reguna from the grim fate brought by the Dark Tide. The Sentinels split a portion of their power. This power allowed him to imbue the Echoes with the strength to repel the
And this power was released?
Yes. It was in that very moment, when the Sentinel's power had been weak.
If what you're saying is true, did the spiritual plague...
Although the Primus's body remained whole, his soul was torn apart. The Sentinel's power failed to shield the Primus from the Threnodians' influence. In the end,
So that's what...
The Phasalia family was powerless against the Order at that time. Our only Now what could you possibly... Well...
Are you going to search those areas?
The more clues, the better. Oh, and take this. Afraid I've slipped something extra in?
I'm just curious why the matriarch of the Phasalia...
Food is always an easy target for the...
You mean besides being squat? Listen, it's not a single frequency. Which is why it's so hard to see if it was a threat. But since it's a crumbly mess...
We might encounter something keep an eye on this for...
Will do.
I thought I'd slip away quietly and avoid any fuss. But now, here I am dealing with all of you. Since you're all here, how about a morning stroll? They're a lot feistier than before.
Need help?
Oh, this will be fun. To sunken depths. Suffocate. Well, this is...
You're here for the Sentinel.
What I saw yesterday caught my attention. And besides, I'd rather not spend the day twiddling my...
Are you sure you want to go...
Such concern for me. Mind if I...
Go ahead. It's no use now that it's...
It may still come in hand.
I'll add you in my terminal. Call me if you need help.
I just might ring you up.
If only I could still fight.
Everyone's doing their part. Don't worry. Nobody's perfect. The waterway up ahead is completely blocked.
That garden once housed dragon echoes. Now there's nothing left but tacit discords. This is where the acolyte, perhaps that Steely over there, has instruction.
You don't remember from your exams?
As the Blessed Maiden, I was... Sounds like they're talking about one of the... Maybe we could find...
Let's give it a try. There's no point in finding Hog... At that distance, we should take a wing ray.
I'll have to guide...
Hold on tight. Don't go falling off.
That one. There's a gravity calibrator up ahead.
Thea, grab on tight.
Huh? That's our goal, right there.
Help me guide the wing ray to the...
Of course. Is this really okay?
Saves us the trouble of finding some trigger mechanism. Are these the so-called dragons?
Is that a problem?
The last one was bigger.
Which last one?
Ganem. Ever heard of it?
I used to ride it. There's a gravity calibrator behind the collapsed wall. The remnant spark should be...
An unexpected discovery. You can let go now. How are you feeling?
So soft. So cuddly. I mean, I'm fine.
remnants of the past. Wind, guide me. It's stuck on the pedestal.
The waterway is still incomplete. It's identical to the last statue, same as before.
Leave it to me. The end has come. Hopefully this helps. Strike from the shadows. No hesitation. Moment of resonance. I sense your weakness. Hopefully this helps. The hour is upon us. Don't push yourself too hard.
It's okay. I'm just doing my part.
still missing an...
Over there.
That might be too high for the wing.
Same as before. Just a bit more.
I'll handle this bit. You rest. You've done well. Let's see if I can get a feel for how strong the gravitational forces are.
All right.
Leave it to me. The hour is upon us. Hopefully this helps. Strike from the shadows. No hesitation. Hopefully this helps. The end has come. I sense your weakness. Strike from the shadows. An unexpected discovery. Cardathea?
I'm ready.
Leave it to me. The end has come. Sounds come forth. Hopefully this helps. I sense your weakness. No hesitation. Moment of resonance. Strike through the shadows. Wind, guide me.
It's so beautiful.
Do you want to stop?
No. We have more...
Let's check back on...
Let me remove the sword.
We'll do it together.
But...
If it's a trap. How does it feel to trust me?
It feels... Why don't you call Foam over? Try whistling. Like this.
Here goes.
Foam heard you. Come on.
The way you were when you saw the plushy echo. It was... unexpected. I think the martyrdom of the blessed fleur-de-lis needs a rewrite.
What's that?
A play about you, written by Cristoforo the playwright.
Oh. How did he portray me?
I would rather hear the joyous songs of the masses than any solemn hymn of remembrance. Perhaps the Sentinel feels the same.
I'd never say that.
In the end, no matter what anyone else says, as long as you stay true to yourself, everything will be all right. Doesn't matter if it's the Trinodian or the Sentinel. They don't get to change who you are.
What you said back there. Thank you.
Fleur-de-lis, my resonator. Why dost thou persist? Why abandon thy oath? Why hinder the spread?
You are a false divinity. Gehenna will reveal the truth.
Gehenna, the lone dragon, the one blessed by the dark tide, shall return to us. Continue thy Look around. Thou hast my most beloved resonator.
I will never forget my cause. If divinity takes up arms against the innocent, I will raise might with the support and hope of countless souls. They fed... You saw that Gehenna? The one you mentioned earlier. Thank you, Anna. Cassidon. I am finally... I am not your enemy. And your sacrifices...
Hey, Rover?
Shh. Like... Someone needs a quiet moment.
I found my true self again. Because I know who to stand by. Some of my memories have returned.
Feeling better?
No, not yet. That is why we need to investigate the frequency you absorbed earlier.
My turn to shine. That blue thingy in your tacit mark totally tastes like Threnodian. Of course, like I said, it's...
If the Sentinel splits their own energy to prepare the then why would they split off the Threnodian's energy? And then possibly... But you wouldn't be affected. But surely, a second frequency would interfere.
The answer might lie behind... Cardathea is starting to make sense of things. Same as before?
Of course. Is there anything you'd like to discuss? I need to clear my mind. I won't let my feelings get in the way of our journey tomorrow. You should get some rest. It's late. You should... Is there anything you'd like to discuss? I need to... You should get some rest. It's late.
What? My eyes are still peeled. Nope, not...
Imperator has the power to split energy, so the source of that connection might vary...
Isn't there one last place to go? Who knows what you'll need to cram into your tacit mark next?
Is that correct?
Sorry I woke you.
Were you singing just then?
Yes. A farewell song from the people of Renacita. We usually sing it. During that battle, I never got to sing. And before my memories came back, I wasn't sure if so now. Even though I know these are just lingering frequencies, I want to say goodbye properly and thank them. Do you think I'm fooling myself?
No. I'm not just saying that to comfort you. I once saw two friends, one who was already dead. When frequencies are concentrated in one place,
meaning?
They might still be able to hear your voice. Your goodbye, after all. These frequencies are strong enough to manifest in the...
Really?
They haven't made a move against us. They must...
I'm glad. No. If they can still hear and feel, I need to give them a real...
You can ease up a little. As long as their obsession holds and this... Cardathea? Hey, since we know you don't carry any blame, should I call you Cardathea or Fleur de Lis?
Cardathea. Yes. I want to stay here for a moment. Will you keep me company? Good morning.
Morning, Cardathea.
It's time to go. Today is the day we settle this.
Let's do it.
Homer's telling us to hurry up. How Cantarella's doing.
We can call her if you're worried.
Wait, I'm not ready yet.
Ever the early riser. Did you call to say morning?
Good morning.
Is something the matter, Cardathea?
I just wanted to know how you're doing.
So you do care. Good to know my efforts weren't wasted.
She hung up. Was that meant as encouragement?
Everyone shows kindness in their own way.
Let's halt here.
That pain.
Cadento!
He's not who you think he is. Moment of resonance. Hopefully this helps. Strike through the shadows. The end has come. Hopefully this helps.
Let's finish rebuilding the waterway.
Identical to the last, but we have to remove.
Bound by obsession, till relieved of duty. Oh, Cadento, won't you let go?
Hopefully this helps. No hesitation. Moment of resonance.
I'm going to break the chains.
Wait, I have an idea.
That is impressive.
Same as before.
Watch out!
Hopefully this helps. Strike through the shadows. I sense your weakness. The hour is upon us. Only two left now. Leave it to me. Coming back faster each time. The end has come. Hopefully this helps. No hesitation. I sense your weakness. The hour is upon us. Hopefully this helps. Leave it to me.
Watch out!
Moment of resonance. Hopefully this helps. Strike in the shadows. No hesitation. The hour is upon us.
Does that mean he's finally been freed?
There. Now we can smash that statue back in.
The morph painting over there should allow us to reach the highest point.
Did you know that echo well?
Cadanto was my first echo after I joined the Order. When I stood against the Threnodian, he took a mortal blow meant for me and fell to the dark tide. I never thought he'd come back as a tacit discord.
But he still recognized the sword and was still trying to protect it.
Haltia was my saber. I practiced with it often in sparring sessions with Cadanto. Looks like he's still trapped in the past, doesn't it? We must finish this and free Cadanto.
He's back again. I sense your weakness. Hopefully this helps. The end has come. No hesitation. Moment of resonance. Hopefully this helps. I sense your weakness.
He's a tough cookie. I want to eat! Huh?
I'll handle this.
Please, allow him to fight at your side.
Wilt thou return to me?
Someone must expose your lies, as long as there is a sliver of...
Is that so? Fleur-de-Lis, why dost thou resonate? Why dost thou hear into the mind? Why dost thou act as all this? The answer, Fleur-de-Lis. I made thee. Thy life, thy hopes, thy will, thy past. All that thou art, I made whole. I made perfect. I fed upon the trust, adoration, and longing heaped upon thee by the masses. Thy resonance brought forth the second dark tide.
What? Those clashing frequencies just...
Looks like Abby settled down. It seems I'm starting to remember everything. The force that modulated the Sentinel and Threnodian's frequencies came from me. No, it wasn't what I originally intended. I think having you take it from here may be for the best. This crown. It turned into what it is after the Dark Tide came. This is what the Threnodian uses to control its resonator. When the Threnodian unleashed the second Dark Tide, I, as the Cartathea you see before you, split the part of myself that wished to live after seeing the corruption that stood before me. I chose to be broken from the very beginning, to escape the Threnodian's inevitable grasp. You see, when I destroyed the Threnodian that had taken over the Sentinel's body, it immediately began to assimilate into Fleur-de-Lis. She was the part of me that was left after I split myself. She retained the most power. Now the Threnodian's endless whispers and screeches. That's why she had no choice but to split her power's frequencies. But using such resonance abilities came... We don't have... So, you see, I have been instinctively searching all that was given, possessed, or taken by the... This is how I end not just its life, but its very existence for all time. Fleur-de-Lis. The part of me I left behind. The one that also contains the Threnodian. Today, the part of me that wishes to live on will vanish. Is it because my wish has finally been fulfilled? Will you accompany me?
I will be there for everyone as we head toward our shared future, leaving the past behind. I will be there for everyone.
Another day,
I will be there for everyone. I will be there for everyone as we head toward our shared future, leaving the past behind.
To which stage will life guide us next? Well, whatever it is, I'll play my role to the fullest.
I won't get a chance to apologize to Cantarella. Her preparations were futile. Please, tell her I'm sorry. This was where everything started. The origin of the second dark. I have one final request. Now that you have... Please, use the connection I still share with Fleur-de-Lis. Then, with your power, remake us as... That way, the Threnodian will remain trapped forever in a lifeless shell, unable to return to this world. I have lived my life to the fullest. I would like the ones who are left. Cartathea has had her wish fulfilled. She seeks self-destruction, to end the divinity. She has lost all hope. Remaking us as one is the only way I can think of. I was born to this world cursed. The Threnodian intended for... But the puppet born of its wickedness will become the... I shall be whole again. A fitting end. I have reached my final destination. One last swan song, and then the lights go out.
I understand.
Thank you. And forgive me.
Can't hold it any longer!
Why are you doing this? Neither Cartathea nor Fleur-de-Lis should continue to exist! Don't go.
I heard your request. But I prefer to handle this my way.
Not even whole, yet still ever so determined.
Cantarella?
Phone brought me here. I'd have shown myself early, but it didn't seem like the right time to... Looks like what I prepared could still be put to good use.
Turvin.
The Sentinel Sword. It will help you resist the Threnodian's attack.
What's inside?
To pass the divine trials, every potential maiden must resonate with the Sentinel through Turvin. Those who survive receive fragments of truth, but the lost memories fall into this sonorosphere, each carrying faint traces of the Sentinel's power, the power within those fragments. Turvin absorbs this energy. The Sentinel's energy flows through you. You are more than worthy of wielding this sword. But you, Cartathea, you alone must choose to wield it. Only then will it become the Blessed Maiden's sword.
Does it also hold the sacrifice you made?
No, my sacrifice was used up long ago. At the time I resonated with the Sentinel, I saw you through that. Or rather, I saw Fleur-de-Lis battling the Threnodian. In that moment, I made a sacrifice that would shift the balance of power.
Was it?
The energy I received from the Sentinel's second awakening. I split it from myself and offered it back to the Sentinel so they could, for a moment, regain control of their body. Only by doing this could Fleur-de-Lis seize the moment to kill the already tainted Sentinel. The real Blessed Maiden is dead. But there is no reason why the false Blessed Maiden cannot herself become the true Blessed Maiden, is there? A person of true character should never be defined by an inanimate blade. Both you and I were cursed to be mere playthings of the Threnodian. But that doesn't mean we cannot reshape our fate.
Thank you. In spite of my curse, my life of hardship, I must still save what is true.
Had you not stopped the second dark tide? Well, it is we who should be thanking you. At least you can't accuse me of ingratitude. I just need a moment's rest. Apologies, but they're doing something rather important. Please? Do give them some privacy.
Abby?
Yep, I get it. We're gonna yoink Leviathan out.
Come to me, mighty god killer.
No as a shadow no hesitation. Last chance. You will obey! Shadow follows. One with the sounds.
You would betray yourself.
No! This is not betrayal!
A person of true character should never be defined by an inanimate blade. Both you and I were cursed to be mere playthings of the Threnodian. But that doesn't mean we cannot reshape our fate.
In the end, no matter what anyone else says, as long as you stay true to yourself, everything will be alright.
This is me being true to myself!
Imperators? No. Your own power.
Useless. As long as I can save the person in front of me, I am not useless. There's no turning back. No retreat. At least, right, damn it! Everything. How could this be? Again, I failed. I'm sorry. And I will walk down the glory path, bring brightness back. This warm light must not fade. Take my power, my blessings, my past. Seek out a future where I am your blade. We'll find it together. Righteous one.
unfettered by bounds!
One more time. Waves rise. Judgment strikes! Hopefully this helps. I am the Tempest! Tempest of slashes. Annihilation! The wicked waves rise. Judgment strikes! Hopefully this helps. Bad timing. Wind howls. Unfettered by bounds! The wicked. Wind rises. I am the Tempest! The wicked will face judgment! A tempest of slashes. Waves rise. Judgment strikes! None shall whisper. Swift and resolute, the end has come. Strike. Wind calls, waves follow. I am the Tempest! Annihilation! Hopefully this helps. Wind rises! Wind howls. Unfettered by bounds! Annihilation! Waves rise. Judgment strikes! Wind howls. Unfettered by...
frequency in her body is already...
Arbiter, despair not, for all is not lost. Arbiter, forgive me for meeting thee in such a form.
Imperator.
I safeguarded my core data, lest I be wholly assimilated. Arbiter, dost thou remember the covenant we made? Soon thou didst desire that I uncover the Threnodian's true nature. So I set forth
With unrestricted access.
merge with Leviathan. So I allowed it to believe the Threnodian is a taint upon civilization.
So? What did you...
The Threnodian cannot be undone while civilization endureth. But we may yet...
What role does Cardathia play in...
When Leviathan, I offered knowledge of the Resonator. Being such as we, the Threnodian used my return pod to conceive. After centuries of failure, we were of one body. Therefore, when Fleur-de-Lis became Leviathan's Resonator, but mark this well, to the Sentinel, a Resonator is an anchor. To the Threnodian, they are but a shackle.
What made you decide to leave Turvin with the Thessalias?
When first I did merge with the Threnodian, I sought only but to bide, awaiting a Resonator of steadfast. After Fleur-de-Lis's conception, Cantarella became my safeguard. But had Fleur-de-Lis fallen to the Threnodian sway, as long as one mortal using Turvin passed the second awakening, then the law that no being shall bear more than one Resonator at a time wouldst have been. This wouldst rend asunder the frequencies of I, Imperator, Leviathan, and Fleur-de-Lis in a tempest of chaos. Such was my intention.
Not all journey toward a final destination. Some are take my energy. I trust this will...
She forfeited all the power. With that newfound power, I did briefly regain control.
But that wasn't your original plan.
No. A plan I could not have conceived. Perhaps this is the influence humanity has wrought upon me. Fleur-de-Lis overcame the fate Leviathan ordained, and so too did, though the journey was fraught with...
I don't know if the end just...
Arbiter.
I can't speak for what you did, what you could in that moment.
Arbiter.
Call her Cardathia. How do you intend to bring her back?
Remnants of her frequency linger within thy tacit mark. So long as a conduit is established, me. This dying breeze has little time left. Arbiter. What did I fulfill the charge set upon me? Arbiter. Take these words to the Thessalias. From this day forth, you are free. Cardathia, awake. I am Imperator. Dost thou rage at how life has unfolded? If thou wishes to forget.
Such memories do bring me pain. Without the truth, the truth is a beacon in the maelstrom, and I would rather suffer for it I am true to myself.
I have heard thy wish.
If I go, you will be one step closer to perfection. No. If you do that, to deny my own self and my experiences means any perfection I would be heartless.
Thou hast need of divinity no longer. Though my power hath waned, I now offer thee my blessings. Let the winds of the past depart. The ships of this new era no longer need their guidance. Though the tide's rage is endless, humanity shall embark upon new voyages. No longer shall scroll and prophecy bind, but thy will shall forge a new era. Cartethia, thou art worthy to bear the title of Blessed Maiden.
Righteous one. I have never seen you look as gentle as you did during our fight.
Let me ask you this one more time. Should I call you Cartethia or Fleur-de-Lis?
I want to say that it doesn't matter, but since you first met me as Cartethia, that is who I shall be.
Very well. Cartethia.
I thought I saw the Sentinel just now. So where are they? What do we do now? I can't return to Reguna as Fleur-de-Lis. And I know who I was, and my past aspirations are all gone. I feel empty. I'll stay here for a while longer.
The one who defies hath banished herself to the high tower, cleansing the remnants of the dark tide. Yet she knew not that the dark tide would never recede. She shall prove the most loyal servant to divinity.
You are wrong! Humanity has its flaws, and you've exploited our weaknesses. But we shall not go down without a fight.
You are no longer whole. You are not the perfect creation I conceived. Be that as it may, how long shall thy resolve endure?
The righteous will always rise to defeat evil. I will defeat you, and await my own defeat. Whoever it is, the tide of resistance never ceases. False divinity, suffer my disobedience!
I cannot fall now. No wall is impregnable. Humanity has its flaws, exploited by the Threnodian. But we shall not go down without a fight. The waves of resistance shall never cease. Mankind will not be oppressed by the Threnodian. Now, be free.
Light, come hither!
Make way for your destroyer. Come to me. Mighty God Killer. Righteous One, please keep what happened between us. Thank you. I know what I want to do now. I want to surpass you. You're strong. Stronger than me. You could defy my wishes. Ignore my... But if one day you find your bond with the Sentinel is now a bond with me. You were their arbiter, and they were your helper. I want to be more than someone who works on trifles. Like how...
Hey, I'm more than a trifle. Wait, I didn't realize you're the reason I stopped.
Should the day come when you find yourself in a similar... I'd need to defy your wishes. Ignore your pleas. If that were to ever happen, just like how you set me right, would you deny me the chance to return the favor? Since I swore to be your blade, it followed.
Right now, you're less a blessed maiden and more...
Well, my one creed is to be I am rather headstrong. A knight. Yes, but truthfully, so much of this world feels unfamiliar to me now. Will you be... I'll find my own. One last thing. You should speak with Cantarella. I'll go later.
More passion! Same actor, different role. In the limelight! Keep the cheers!
ancient roots. Struggle harder. Entertain me. Sprout. Vitality. Sow it. Cutter.
So you haven't forgotten me. I shouldn't put my guest powers.
She needs time.
Understandable. Her transit now.
What's this?
Blood Pact's pledge. A symbol of the each head of the family isn't. You vanquished the Threnodian and brought peace at last. Consider this a
Is that the only one?
You wish for more? Or is there something else you'd have me do? Oh. Do you intend to mediate between the two families? Tiresome feuds rarely last, but alas, there is only so much light. Some branches, disagreements lie not only between families. How fortunate I now find myself. If you're interested, I'd gladly.
Before I forget, Imperator.
Tell me.
From this day forth.
I'll remember that.
Will you tell the
I've spent so long preparing for this day.
I'll take my leave.
More tea? Before.